Southern Rockslide task in Harbor, Quebec. Hello there everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at Overfed Gaming. I am the Overfed. We were here just the other day dropping off a special cargo as we got the call from dispatch to ask us if we could pick up a couple of service spare parts pallets to bring back with us to the Southern Rockslide so we can fix that up. So we started up our trusty Avenhorn A15 and said absolutely. So we come over to the dock here at the port, picked up a couple of loads of service spare parts and headed on back out. We are trying to make our way out of the port. Another fantastic job, which is kind of cool. We got down here and we had a job going back the other way, kind of like getting backhaul rates, you know. You don't have to go back empty-handed, burning fuel for no reason. Not that we're paying for it, but that's besides the point. It's kind of cool having the jobs line up one after the other. So as we're driving out of the port, we are happy that we got our Avenhorn A15 with the chains. Now we got quite a ways to go on this here paved road, but we do have a little bit of a detour, just a tiny little detour we got to make, which isn't the easiest of detours, but we'll see how it goes. It's going to be coming up here fairly quickly, but we came through here before with a special cargo on. But now we're going in the other direction, and it's amazing how you can drive a route in one direction and then all of a sudden, like you can do it say 5 or 6 times, and then all of a sudden take that same route in the opposite direction and it's a whole new ball game. Like this one is going to be. As we come down here, it looks like you're going to shoot out of a gun barrel down in like a, wow, unbelievable. Right down to shoot, but you hold it back, we've got it in the high range of the low gear, which when you take your foot off the pedal, throttle, it does hold you back very nicely. And with a little turn like this, which kind of tilts outwards, you just got to go a little bit slow until you get right at the bottom of the turn, and then you just kind of pull yourself back up the other side. Most of it is very doable and not really a problem as long as you take it easy. SnowRunner is a game to take your time. It's not a game that's got to be done quick, fast. It's, you know, you got to figure out where you got to go, which route you got to go, and look at this route in front of us. This was supposed to be a tiny little detour, but we're going to be okay because, like I said, we've come through here once already, so now we just got to do it in the opposite direction. There's a big crack in the rocks here. You got to watch out that you don't go over too far, because otherwise your rear tires will fall into that hole and then you'll be stuck with no place to winch you out. Now over here you could stay down below, but you can see how much of an angle it is, so we'll just take the top route. We'll take the high road this time and go along here. You just got to make sure you kind of time it right when you come down, that you don't go down too tight, because otherwise you'll end up running over top of the rocky part. Of course, I say this because this is what I did. You see, I went a little bit too tight. It wasn't too bad, but it's just something to be aware of. And here too, it's very doable road, but you just take your time. You know, you'll get through here just fine. And then we bypassed the detour, and that's one of the problems along the way. We got a few more. We got an ice crossing that we got to do, and that's always fun because I'm not quite sure yet exactly where on the ice we can drive and where we can't. Some of it looks like it's okay, but it's still breakaway. So, but we'll get to that when we get to that. First, we're going to be driving along the paved road here for a little bit. We got a few areas where right like that there is some wind-blown snow across the road, but that's okay, not a problem. Sometimes it drags you like back just a little bit, slows you down a little bit, but not much. so not really much of an issue. The rest of it is just a nice Sunday afternoon drive until we get to the gas station. And you know me, you know, we got to stop at the gas station and fuel up, and we are down to 278 liters. Now, we probably have enough to make the final journey to the Southern Rockslide, because we still got 160 liters on the bumper spare fuel. But my motto always is you never know, so be prepared. And if you're not sure and it only takes a second to stop and fuel up, why would you not? You know, I think it would just be silly to drive by. So that's what we're going to do. Sometimes I've gotten stuck in the ice and snow before, and it took me a long time to get out of it, and there's been times where I have run out of fuel because of it. Maybe that's why I don't do it anymore. Maybe that's why I stop all the time. Anyhow, but that's what I like to do. To each their own. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just keep right on going and see if you can push the envelope. And some people like to do that. Anyhow, as we're coming up around the corner, we should be seeing that gas station right up there. You can see the greenery of it. They got quite a few of these here little wind-blown snow areas across the road. Huh, amazing. Anyhow, as we're coming up here, we're gonna stop in and get a little bit of fuel, and through the magic of video editing, we're gonna push the time forward. I always like to kind of keep up with that so that the beginning or the end of the journey won't be in the dark, so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Anyhow, that's why the color changes like that, and we move on as we're leaving the city. Now, you do have to go and take the outside line, the outside road, because down the road there, as you can see, there's construction, so you can't get through. So every time you got to get around the city, you got to take this particular road, which is okay. And it's not a big deal. It's just a notice, so you know. Because if you go into the middle part and you try to get there, you can't get there. It just doesn't work. You're going to end up having to come back onto this road sooner or later. So you might as well take it right from the beginning. And as we're coming around the corner here, we're going to be doing some more four-wheeling. Now, whenever I'm driving on paved road, I always put it in automatic so that the engine doesn't, it's not being pulled back by anything, so it doesn't keep shifting down. But once you go off-road and the engine starts laboring, I just put it in the high range of the low gear. It seems to give me a nice even pull on the tires, nice torque, even torque, so you don't slow down, and the engine doesn't keep changing gears like right here. It slows your speed down a little bit, but that's okay, because I don't think you really want to be going too fast in this part of the map anyhow, you know. So we're going to climb back down towards ice level. Now we crossed the ice before, but of course, going in the reverse direction, we're just hoping that we can retrace our steps to cross at the same spot so that we get the solid ice. But we'll be there in a minute, so we'll see. As we come just by this last street, we're going to turn to the right. Now, this area is quite tilted at an angle. It's not too bad when you got low cargo like we got right now. Another thing is when you got a vehicle that's got a low center of gravity, just like the Avenhorn A15 has, it makes it a little bit easier than some of them that sit up a little bit higher. Plus, the Avenhorn's got a nice wide stance, so it's very solid on the ground, and it's hard to tip them over. Now, he will go through the ice just like anybody else will. That is, as long as we get to the soft ice, then he will go through. But we're trying not to do that. Okay, so we got to the little island. Now we're going to go through the middle here. Yeah, from here it should be a cakewalk, because we're going to stay to the right-hand side. where the shards are, and that dark patch of ice is, that's solid, we know that. And then we're going to stay on this side of the rocks, because I don't believe that that ice on the other side is, it doesn't look solid to me. I think it looks like you would fall right through. It looks watery and broken. So we'll stay on this side because we know it's solid. And then over here you can see where I fell through before, so we're going to stay just to the right of it a little bit. That's where I see it's a little bit more solid over here. And we're just going to curl around. And there we go. And then we're going to try and climb up that path that, well, it looks like a track, or it's not really, it's just kind of, you know, an angled area where a truck my size would fit while we're driving. It's got a bunch of bumps and hills in there, and you just got to kind of wind your way through. It's not really a road, not really a track, it's just an open area, that's all. But you see, you notice that the big bumps it's got there, and it's really hard to avoid those ones, but these ones here, you can avoid them on the right hand side. See? Just like that. Now you got it. That's the way we got to do it, and then go to the left hand side of the last one so we can just climb up with it on. We're back on the road, and we're just a short ways away from the Southern Rockslide, where we can deliver our cargo and have another task well done in Hartland, Quebec. It's nice to be back in the snow, driving around, having fun, just like that. Absolutely love it. Well, you know, when you see the black arrows and the yellow diamonds, then you know that we're close by to where the drop-off location is. Absolutely love this video. I always enjoy another episode in SnowRunner. I hope you enjoyed the video as well. I hope you got some tips out of it, or just enjoyed the video for what it is. It's absolutely great. Like it. Share it with your friends. Hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on any upcoming videos, and we got some good ones coming up. Until then, you've been driving in an Avenhorn A15, delivering service spare parts to the Southern Rockslide in Harbor, Quebec, with me as your driver, the Overfed.